Hello guys, so quick story time. The year was 2019. I just come back from an epic trip to Cuba. 1 minute I'm sitting on my desk working, la di da di da, enjoying the glow from my amazing trip. The next thing I'm being called into the office by my manager and he basically was like, yeah, the business is not doing well. We have to let you go. And I was like, oh my gosh, my life literally flashed before my eyes. This was a job I loved. I was a social media manager. I was like doing all these amazing campaigns, working with like amazing businesses in the event space. But yeah, anyway, during this debrief from being fired, my manager is like, why don't you just focus on photography? I remember thinking, rah, you think if I could focus on photography and earn from it, I'll be here. But anyway, I just like discarded what he said because right now you're firing me, you're not one to be giving me advice. And I just left it as it was. But then months later, while I was applying for a job, I was like, actually, yeah, I need to make photography work. Fuck it, I don't want to work with anyone else. Photography has to work for me. And then I knew that the way I was running my business on passion alone was just not going to work. I needed to focus on the business side. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that quick story time. By the end of this video, you'll learn to differentiate a photographer who burns out from running a side hustle to one who is building a photography business that lasts. So I'm sure you've heard the saying, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. And that sort of sounds good, you know, it sounds really cool to get you in that space of, yeah, I want to do something I'm passionate about. I want to leave my 9 to 5. But it really doesn't show you the behind the scenes of actually growing a business, the challenges, the ups and downs, the sort of hard conversations, tough conversations you have to have sometimes with clients, sometimes with service providers. Yeah, that whole do what you love culture. I mean, it's amazing and it's inspiring and it's something I believe in, but I think it needs to be backed up with something else. It can't just be the fluff of do what you love. It's also like, okay, I'm doing what I love. I'm doing something I'm passionate about. How does this then sustain me? Because passion alone would not sustain you because you find yourself like, you know, slashing your prices. You find yourself working for free, endlessly saying, oh, I'm doing this to create my portfolio, wanting to collaborate with one person here or there, with businesses telling you, oh, do it for the exposure. I'll post you on my pages and you go viral or, you know, you will get clients and because you're passionate and because they're like, oh yeah, creative love fun, they have fun while doing their job. Oh, it comes easy to them. Yeah, just tell them, you know, we have this amazing editorial, we have this, you know, amazing models or celebrities or talents, and they'll do it. Or yeah, tell them it's this big brand and they'll do it. But yeah, passion is not enough. You need more than passion. So let me explain why passion is not enough. Passion, you know, initially it does help you to pick up the camera. It does help you to go out on the hot days, sunny days, rainy days. It does help you to keep going because this is what you love and it just comes innately to you. Like in the last couple of weeks, I've been thinking if I was to leave photography and do a different business, I can't just picture it. Even I was thinking, oh, if I was to apply for another job, I just can't picture it. Like photography has enabled me to create this lifestyle and this beautiful lifestyle where my time is mine, and I just can't imagine rescinding all of that power back to an employer. But what actually helps me continue to live this lifestyle is everything else that backs up my passion for photography. So it's like calling leads, it's putting systems in place, it's having boundaries, it's having contracts, it's the days where you're tired or the days where a campaign has not worked, getting back up, reworking on your landing page, reworking on your marketing idea, and just keep going. Like I just keep saying to myself, it doesn't matter how many times I fall, I have to keep standing back up, keep going. And it's being disciplined as well, right? So I'm this sort of person where I'm a self-starter. I don't need someone to like micromanage me or check on me. I have my free will right now, right? Because I'm working for myself. So technically there's no one to tell me to like, you know, wake up at certain time and work. I could just lay in my bed all day and watch TV and be like, oh yeah, I'm passionate about photography and I get a client when I get a client. But no, that's not how business works. You actually have to do the tough things that actually keeps the lights on, right? So you're calling people, you're writing blogs, you're improving your website SEO. It's endless, it never ends. But at the end of the day, this is what actually helps you to grow and create a photography business that becomes very profitable and, most importantly, sustainable. So I think where most photographers get it wrong is in understanding that when it comes to actually running a photography business, there's the creativity and there's the sustainability. And the creativity tends to be where we focus on the most, which of course makes sense because at the end of the day, that final product, that final images you deliver to your client has to be of high quality and has to look good. So I understand where they're like, lots of lighting workshops, how to use 2 lights, 3 lights, this key light, this filler light, blah, 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 blah light. But it's like, okay. I've developed all these like skills and all these ways to like light my clients and all these ways to like create amazing visuals. But I don't just want to do this as a hobby. I don't just want to do this on the side. I actually want to grow a business. And this is where sustainability starts to come in. So you have to now start thinking about the systems to put in place. You have to start thinking about the processes to put in place. And this is where different softwares, come in hand to help you to automate things, to help you reach out to clients, to help you like, send contracts so they can easily sign. And it's not like a back and forth of like printing, signing, scanning. That is long. Well, in 2026, you want to make the whole client experience seamless and easy for your clients. So that value and that experience is enhanced. And so if you're wondering what sort of softwares I use, I already created a video on that. I'll leave it up linked above. Check out, the video on the softwares I use and you can definitely check them out. I do have some referral links in the description where you can get some discounts if you use any of these softwares, so feel free to check that out also. So yeah, photography and being a creative in general is so glamorized and it can be so annoying because people don't understand there's like a lot of admin that actually is behind all of this work, a lot of editing, hours and hours, lots of conversations, sometimes hard conversations. You have people who are maybe trying to push back on your pricing, who are like, oh yeah, but can I get all the photos? And I'm like, yeah, you can get all the photos. If you look at the pricing guide I sent to you, that's the amount for all the photos. So why are you asking me, can I get all the photos? You clearly can. But of course, they're trying to push back on that pricing by asking that question. So these are things that actually help the business and actually keeps the light on, which you need to like be aware of. And when people are just like, oh, after this photo shoot, what are you doing? I'm like, babes, this is not the end of my day. Having the photo shoot is like the shortest part and the smallest part of my work as a photographer. There's all the other things I've been mentioning so far in these videos. The calls, the marketing, relentless marketing. Oh my gosh, if you're a photographer watching this, I'm sure you understand. Going on Instagram, going on TikTok, being on YouTube, doing SEO, blogging, paid ads, running campaigns. Meta is just tiffing your money left, right, center. You're not getting the sort of clients you want. We need a support group for small business owners and creatives, I swear. But yeah, I'm sure you get the picture of what I'm trying to say. So I know I've been hammering on about the challenges and the difficulties of running a creative business. So what actually keeps me going? What sustains me as a person? And I would say initially, of course, it's the passion for what I do. Like I said, when I think about it, I can't imagine myself doing anything else. I can't imagine myself want to work for someone else. And because of this, I'm like, yeah, photography is what it has to be. Creativity and using my talents and skills in this way is what's going to sustain me and yeah, help me financially. And so because I have that goal where this is plan A, there's no turning back, there's no plan B, that's it for me. And so that passion initially ignites what I do. And then the second thing is my mission and my purpose. Is like, okay, I have this passion and I have this skill and this talent. How am I utilizing it? How am I using it to make an impact in the world? And for me, it boils down to like the transformational experiences I create for my clients. You know, people walking, feeling uncomfortable, feeling nervous, feeling unsure, feeling low within themselves. And through the session and through seeing themselves in a new light, seeing themselves like in a way they haven't really, they start to like have that transformation. And I'm not saying that, oh, having a photo shoot with me all of a sudden makes someone totally different. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is having a photo shoot with me tends to be a catalyst. So people within themselves have been having these conversations with themselves and looking for a reason to change and to have better standards and to speak up more and to find their voice and to feel comfortable in their body and to embrace themselves, bingo wings and all. But they just can't get there and they come for this photo shoot. And before I've even retouched anything, I show my clients the photos on the day and they're like, oh my gosh, is that me? And I'm like, yeah, that's you. And it's almost like they can't see the beauty of themselves until I've taken these photos and shown them, like, no retouching done here. This is you. This is what you look like. This is the light within yourself, which is being exuded out. And they start to, like, then work within their inner selves, whatever, like, you know, thing is going on in their life, whatever trauma and stuff. Like, I do have clients who have said their therapist, like, at the end of their sessions, has told them this is what they need to do moving on, and they've come for a boudoir session. And I've had a client in the past who was like going into a bad marriage and and she had initially done a session to give to a partner and the wedding just never happened. And a year later she came back this year and was like, I called off the wedding. I'd had time out. I'm in a better space. I'm dating again. And when I think about everything that led me on this new journey I'm on, it's the boudoir photo shoot I came for. I began to find my voice again. And so, yeah, I'm saying all of this to say that the days where passion is not enough, my mission to actually have an impact with my work is what keeps me going. And so, even on the difficult days where I'm having a difficult person or things are not just going how I would like it to go, this fact that I know that in my own little way, I'm touching people's lives, I'm helping people. Because again, I feel like we all have roles in life, right? We all can't be doctors, we all can't be engineers, we can't all be lawyers advocating for people. But in the different spheres of life we find ourselves, we do have our own ways to make an impact, making someone's, you know, day better, putting a smile on someone's face, helping someone to believe in themselves again, helping someone who has always thought they're not photogenic or they're not attractive actually start to see the beauty within themselves. And this starts to help improve their sense of self-worth, their self-esteem. That is something that money cannot buy. That is something that a price cannot be put on. And that is the experience I actually give to my clients, which is why they are always happy to pay me their money because the value exchange is there. And so I also have, you know, luxury products that my clients are able to use to, like, you know, document their photos, so things from luxury albums, print boxes, beautiful wall art. I'll leave a link above for the sort of luxury products I do sell to my clients. You can check them out. I've also shared where I purchase these products from. So if you're a photographer, you can create a professional account as well. If you'd like to grow a sustainable photography business, I've shared my whole pricing system and pricing templates in a guide for you. You can check them out in the description box and download them. I'll see you in the next video, and remember, you don't have to be a struggling artist.